There's a phrase you're going to hear nonstop for the next 2 years: Edge AI. Right now, almost nobody outside of chip engineers is saying it. But you already used it 3 times today, and you never noticed. The photo your phone cleaned up before you even saw it. The car that nudged you back into your lane. The doorbell that knew it was a person, not a passing car. None of it touched the cloud. It ran on a chip inside the device. I'm Ko, and I use first principles to spot the big shifts moving markets before the crowd does. Edge AI is the one I'm watching most closely right now. For 3 years, everyone watched the cloud. The next AI cycle already moved into your pocket. And here's the part that reframes the whole trade. Running AI, not building it, can be 80 to 90% of what a model costs over its life. That bill is moving onto the chip in your hand. In the next few minutes, I'll show you why this is happening, how to spot the companies that actually benefit, and the one piece of this almost nobody is talking about yet. I'm not a financial advisor. Numbers are as a filming. This is how I think about it. So stick around, because one company gets paid on almost every one of these chips without making a single one. I'll get to who. Start with the 2 halves of AI, because the whole shift lives in the gap between them. The first half is training. That's building the model. It costs a fortune, and you do it once. That's the half everyone's watched. It made NVIDIA the most important company in tech. The second half is inference. That's running the model. Every question you ask it, every photo it touches, every decision it makes, you build it once, but you run it billions of times. So that 80 to 90% from a second ago wasn't a typo. For a lot of these models, the recurring half is the bigger path. And that half is on the move. Running AI used to mean sending your requests to a faraway data center and waiting. Think of mailing a letter and waiting for the reply. On-device AI skips the mailbox. The answer is already in your pocket, and nothing leaves. That move, running AI on the device instead of in the cloud, is the whole story. I call it the Inference Flip. The hardware behind it is a new chip called an NPU, a neural processing unit. Your regular processor is a generalist that does everything okay. An NPU does one thing: run AI, and it does it fast, on almost no power. Every flagship phone already has one, so why is this happening now? 4 forces are pushing AI onto the device at once. Any one would be enough. Together, they force a real shift. Let's start with speed. Picture a self-driving car that sees a child step off the curb. If it has to ask a server what to do, the child is already gone. Some decisions can't wait for the round trip. Then there's privacy. When AI runs on the device, your data never leaves it. Your face, your voice, your heart rhythm, all processed right there and never uploaded. And the law is pushing the same way, with privacy rules in Europe and a growing list of US states raising the cost of moving personal data around. There's also cost, as in money, the one we opened with. Every cloud run burns compute and bandwidth. And across millions of users, that bill never stopped growing. Put the chip in the device, and it runs with no per-use fee. The meter stops. Then there's a simple fact that it has to work when the internet doesn't. Think of a factory sensor listening for the vibration that means a machine is about to fail. It can't pause for Wi-Fi. And the warning that lands half a second late lands after the breakdown. Factory floors, farm equipment, a watch with no signal, they all need AI that works on its own. Each example leans on 2 forces at once. That overlap is why this isn't a passing fad. So if the shift is real, the only question is where the money goes. And that company I teased at the start, the last cycle left us a map for finding it. NVIDIA's stock didn't run because its chips were fast. Fast chips get copied. It ran for 3 reasons stacked together. First, the best hardware for the job. Second, a software toolkit called CUDA that locked developers in, because once you built on it, switching meant rewriting everything. Third, the demand wasn't a moment, but a new permanent kind of computing. So that's the lens. Hardware that's hard to copy, lock-in that makes leaving painful, demand that's structural instead of a fad. Hold it up to any edge AI company and count. 1 out of 3 is a trade. 3 out of 3 is a position. That same lens splits the field into 2 groups, and I call it the toll booth test. A toll booth gets paid no matter which car drives through it. In Edge AI, that's a company that gets paid no matter which chip wins. It doesn't pick the winner, it just sits on the road everyone has to drive. A builder is the opposite. It makes an actual chip and bets it on one market, like phones or cars or factory cameras. More reward if that market takes off, more risk if it doesn't. Toll booths give you the broadest, calmest exposure. Builders give you sharper upside and sharper risk. Most people walk into a new theme and buy the most exciting name. The quieter move is to ask who gets paid regardless. So that's where we are going to start. And the company from the opening, the one that gets paid on almost every chip, is ARM. ARM doesn't make a single chip. It designs the blueprint almost every chip is built on. Your iPhone, every Android phone, the new AI laptops, the chips in cars, nearly all of them run on ARM's design. ARM licenses out and takes a small royalty on every chip that ships. And this is the part that matters. As chips get more complex to handle AI, ARM's cut per chip goes up, not down. Its newer architecture roughly doubled that rate, so even if chip volume stayed flat, ARM's revenue per chip keeps climbing. It sits on the road while the toll rises. The second toll booth is TSMC. Almost every edge AI chip designer, including ARM's own customers, doesn't own a factory. They pay TSMC to build the silicon. TSMC takes about $7 of every $10 spent at the world's contract chip factories, and edge AI demand doesn't replace that business. It stacks right on top. So that's 2 toll booths. Neither picks the winner, and both get paid as edge AI grows. But toll booths aren't the whole map. The builders make the actual edge chips. If the toll booths get paid no matter what, these are the cars betting on one lane. The 2 biggest live in your phone. Snapdragon, Qualcomm's chip, runs AI in most premium Android phones, and that same NPU is moving into laptops and cars. MediaTek is the volume player, running the mid-range and budget phones most of the world buys. One leads on the high end, the other on volume, and a big chip market can carry more than one winner. Below them, the bets get more concentrated. Take Synaptics. It spent years making the touchpad in your laptop. Now, it's pivoting hard into edge AI and IoT, the connected devices from doorbells to factory sensors. Its IoT business has been growing fast, and its new AI chips are built on a partnership with Google. It isn't consistently profitable yet, but that's the shape of a turnaround. It works if the new chips land, and breaks if they don't. Builders are where it gets exciting. You're swapping the toll booth's calm for a bet on one market scaling on time. 2 names sit outside both buckets, Apple and Google. They're the only 2 that own both the chip and the software on top of it. Apple has Light RT. Either could build a thing this market is missing. But edge AI won't move either stock on its own. These are multi-trillion-dollar companies, so on-device AI is one feature out of 100. Watch them for a signal, mainly whether developers adopt their toolkits, not for a clean bet. And that's the strangest part of the map. There's a floor with no winner on it. Remember CUDA, the software that locked developers to NVIDIA? The Edge has nothing like it. Every chip maker has its own toolkit, and none of them talk to each other. Picture a developer who wants their app to work everywhere. They have to build the same model 2 or 3 times, once for each chip maker's tools. That friction is the biggest thing slowing this shift down. Whoever builds the common toolkit, the one set of tools that runs everywhere, could capture more value than any chip company on this list. And right now, no public company is a clean bet on it. It doesn't even exist yet. That's the layer I'm watching hardest. Not because I can buy it today, but because the day it starts to come together is the day this shift goes from slow to fast. Now, let me try to break my own thesis. 3 ways this goes wrong. The first is the big one. AI models are shrinking fast, and some already run on a phone you own today. So if the chip in your pocket is already good enough, does the giant chip build-out the industry is counting on even need to happen? If software keeps outrunning hardware, a lot of that demand is just air. The second is quieter, and it worries me more. It isn't a crash. It's a slow nothing. The software stays fragmented. No single toolkit wins, and adoption crawls. The chips ship, the theme is real, and the stocks just sit there for years because the big moment never arrives. Early and wrong can look the same for a long time. The third is specific to the toll booth. ARM's blueprint has a free, open source rival called RISC-V that anyone can use without paying a royalty. For now, it's years behind on tools and ecosystem, but open source has a long history of catching up. It's not a threat this year. It's a slow leak to watch over the next 5. To be fair, there's another side. Smaller models also put AI on billions of devices that couldn't run it before. Far more devices, even if each is cheaper. And some jobs, like real-time video or self-driving, can't be shrunk onto a basic chip. That tension is a whole game. Watch which side wins. So where are we? Edge AI today looks a lot like the smartphone in 2009. The hardware existed, the pieces were coming together, but most of the world hadn't switched yet. And 3 things still haven't happened. No common software toolkit has won. No single app has made ordinary people say, I need a device that can do this on its own. And in factories and hospitals, most of this is still a pilot, not a full rollout. When the smartphone hit those marks, the real growth came 2 or 3 years later. That's the window we're in right now. So here's how I hold something like this. It's a multi-year theme, not a next quarter trade. It sits alongside the core of your portfolio, not in place of it. You don't bet the house on a shift this early. You take a small position, track the signals, the toolkit coming together, the chips shipping, the rollout going wide, and add as it fills in. Right now, the crowd still sees AI as something that lives in the cloud. You can already see it moving onto the device in your hand. That gap, the years between what most people notice and what's actually happening, is where the work optional portfolio gets built. My newsletter isn't a stock breakdown. It's how I use first principles to spot the structural shifts, moving markets, and the companies position the benefit. So if that's the lens you want, the link's in the description. And I'll keep watching that missing floor. The moment it starts to come together, I'll make the next video. Because that's the signal that changes everything.